Now, the next chapter, aptly titled as The Problem with Geniuses, tries to solidify the central idea of outliers, which is extraordinary success is more a product of arbitrary factors and opportunities and less of sheer talent and hard work. And to illustrate this, Gladwell picks the most objective form of intelligence that is there called IQ. And he revisits the experiment done by a Stanford psychologist, Louis Truman. Louis Truman studied a group of children whom he labeled as termites, each of them having an IQ of 140 plus, and he tracked them over their lifetimes. Terman believed that these termites, which were 600 in number approximately, they were going to be the cultural luminaries. They were going to be the most elites of the societies, the Nobel laureates, the industry magnates, the cultural icons. However, decades later, the reality was shocking. Now, these termites fell into three categories, around 180 people each. The first category, they were the magnificents. They were the CEOs, professors, and the ones who exceeded Terman's lofty expectations. Second, they were the middlings. Their achievements were ordinary, mirroring a group of average intelligent people. The third one, the underwhelming, they were the ones who struggled financially. These 180 people had a combined degree of totaling 18, and it bore no resemblance to the group of people having extraordinary highly high IQ or genius level IQ. And mind me, an IQ of 130 puts you into 99 percentile within human population. Now it was shocking to see such high divergence within a group of children who started with a genius level IQ. And Terman was naturally very surprised. He tried to hunt for answers, he tried to correlate everything he could find, the mental health, the place of birth, the hobbies, and whatnot. And at the end of the day, that there was one factor which categorized them all, and that was family background. It was overwhelmingly observed that the first group, the significant, the magnificent ones, they all were from heavily networked and affluent families. And the third one, the underwhelming ones, every one of them were from a family where at least one of their parents didn't had high school degree. Now, what is so strong with family background that it led to such differentiation will tell you via stories of two individuals. One of those individuals is Chris Langnam, and Langnam was hailed as one of the smartest people ever, crossing an IQ of 200, reaching at superhuman levels. But Langnam's life turned out to be a cautionary tale. He was born into a family which was not too affluent, had little mean to go by, and he lost his scholarship at Montana University because his mother could not fill out necessary paperwork. He joined another university. There, his professor refused to accommodate his request of scheduling conflict, and he eventually dropped out from that as well. And despite immense potential, Langnam ends have ended up working as a construction worker, a bouncer, and now have retired as a farmer. On the flip side, you might have heard of this individual named R.J. Oppenheimer. He's often named as father of atomic bomb, and Oppenheimer was also no stranger to struggle. He battled depression during his college years. He even tried to poison his tutor, a crime that would land most of the people behind bars. Yet Oppenheimer not only survived but thrived. He led the Manhattan Project, one of the most significant scientific endeavors in history, despite having dodgy political background. So, what separated Oppenheimer and Langnam? And again, the answer lies here in the family background. Now, Robert Oppenheimer was raised in a certain way. He was from a wealthy and affluent family. His father made him soak him into immense cultural enrichments, made him learn piano, learn horseback riding, took him to business trip with him. And via all of these endeavors, Robert learned negotiation, Robert learned teamwork, questioning authority, adaptability, confidence, and he honed something called as practical intelligence, or simply put, charisma. Going back to the previous question, what did Oppenheimer had which Chris didn't? It was charisma and practical intelligence, social intelligence. And how did Oppenheimer get all of this? Because he had a cultural advantage. And this is the message Gladwell is trying to drive home, that despite Langham's staggering IQ, due to his background, family background, he was not equipped with the skill to deal with complex social and institutional barriers. And his brilliance could not compensate for the connections and charisma that Robert Oppenheimer took for granted. I'll finally quote two more instances and I'll then bring the conclusion. The first instance where University of Michigan studied the life of minority students who enter the university via quota having modest scores as compared to the general students, and these minority students were doing just as fine as their high scoring peers in life, sometimes even better. And last 21 Nobel laureates, when we tracked their colleges, while some of them came from prestigious institutions like Harvard, Stanford, a lot of them were from average institutions. Trying to say here, and what is trying Gladwell's trying to conclude is this, that good enough is good enough. After you reach a certain threshold in intelligence, rest does not matter. An extraordinary success is not just correlated to intelligence. Intelligence is just one ingredient which is required at a threshold level. The secret sauce that it's a mix. These extraordinary achievements are a mix of social skills, cultural capitals, and golden opportunities. All of them sometimes come with a privilege.